Alrighty, my friends, David Grisman solo on Little Cabin Home on the Hill on the Tony Rice recording. I'm going to kind of show you what we've got going on here. I've tabbed it out for you, and I haven't really learned this. I just, learned the notes well enough to write them out, and I'm going to show you kind of some of the nuances, because with, breaks like this, it's hard to write them out because there's so many little nuances. You got to be really good at writing out rhythms and stuff, and I'm getting better at it. But nonetheless, I wrote it out, and I'll show you some of the little nuances, and I'll show you using the amazing slowdowner. So I'm gonna play this. Let me just play the break up speed so you can hear it, and then I'm gonna slow it down and play along. And then we will learn some of the nuances, how to kind of practice learning something like this. So let's hear it. Okay, so I've got it on a loop there, so it'll just keep looping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow it down to maybe 50% speed or less, maybe 45% speed. And I'm going to show you kind of some of what he's playing there. You can download the tabs in the description, but here they are as well. I'll see if I can get it so you can see the tab and my mandolin at the same time. Yeah, something like that. Hopefully you can read from that size. If you can't, just pull it up in the description. Maybe that's actually the easier way. Nonetheless, I'll leave it on the screen. Let me turn this a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's give this a go. I'm going to play along with the loop here. So that tremolo, which is notated by those two lines below the fret 7 there, is a 16th note triplet. So you got to kind of learn that rhythm. So this little opening, that's pretty easy. And maybe I'm going to do some edits to the tab along the way here. Might hammer on that 2 to 4. But it's all just downstrokes. And then when we have this slide up to fret 7, it's going to be a 16th note triplet. So how do you play a 16th note triplet? Well, it's da ga da 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 da. So if the beat is 1, 2, 3, 4, da ga da 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 da, that slower would be 1, 2, 3, 4, da ga da 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 da. Down, up, 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 down. So you have to learn how to play that type of rhythm, which is a 16th note triplet. And then he slides down on the beat there. Da ga da da ga da da. So I'm tapping my foot. I'm tapping my foot on beat 1. Da ga da da ga da da, and right there. Beat, 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 beat. Slide down. So you got to know where those beats are and be able to line up your pick. Beat, 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 beat. This is when you can kind of play with your pick angle to see what's going to work for you. I find with those 16th note triplets, I'll take my pick. Hopefully you can see it. Maybe I'll get a bit more light here. I will take my pick, and instead of putting it at a flat angle, flat on the strings, I will twist my thumb a little bit like that, and you get the pick to graze over the string a little bit easier. Everyone does that a bit differently. But if I keep that note going and I do like a flat pick angle, and I twist it, you can hear the tone changes. I'm going to do that a bit slower. And then I'm going to change my pick angle. If I change that pick angle, I can get that 16th note triplet. So that's a little nuance on that first piece. And then this second line here, he does these little kind of frills, because it's the way it's tabbed out. It's just and this is actually going to be a pull off here. But what he does on this 3, he hammers it on. So instead of going, he goes. So that 3, I didn't know exactly how to notate that, but that's what he plays. So the first line, 2, 3. And if I play that along with him, that's that little line. And then on that last note, that 2nd fret there, he does a little tremolo on that too. Tremolo, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. Tremolo. Does a little tremolo on that last note. So that whole first line would be. And I would practice just that. Something like that. And then the second line, he plays here, little arpeggio over A. Right, if you got an A chord like this, the arpeggio looks like. And he does this little thing. So this arpeggio right here, it's good to practice. So I'll work on that. And then the finishing part. So that's that second line. Let's hear that. And I'm going to pull the loop back a little bit, just so I can have a second to get ready to play. Like this. That's what he plays there, and then he slides up to this A, yeah, it's a way to play an A double stop, where you're playing the 3rd and the root and the 3rd, and that's fret 12 and 9, I guess it is, and he gets a tremolo going there. And we'll look at the rhythm of what that is, but that's the double stop. And then he goes down to this. This would be like a D7 to the A. So let's look at that little piece. I'll kind of play it for you, show you what he's doing. Slides up. Then I'll show you that last little part. So once you get up here, then you're moving down to. And then this last part is kind of a Bill Monroe type thing. And he might be doing this all with downstrokes. We're going to look at that more later. But I find whenever I transcribe a break, I get the notes first, And then once I start playing them faster and faster, I'll be able to hear, oh, he's doing that with downstrokes, or, little nuances like that. So you have to learn piece by piece. Once you start speeding something up and hearing it at speed, you might go, the way I'm playing it doesn't exactly work. So you have to make adjustments, but at least you got the notes. Then you can make adjustments as you're speeding things up. But this little thing, this is something you can use all over the place, different scenarios. Let's see how big I can get this. Probably just like that. So if I make that a bit bigger, you've got this type of lick. This is out of the A chop chord, and you get this. So if you play an A chop chord and you play your ring finger note, and then your first finger note, and then you walk that first finger note up chromatically, 4 notes, you get. So practice that. Down, up, down, up, down. Again, he might be going downstrokes, but we'll find out later. So you get this. This is this little piece of the phrase here. And that's going to be downstrokes right there. I'll put maybe the strokes in later. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Down, down, and then this last little piece, this is something you'll hear, in other scenarios too. That's a good little lick. So that whole little part. So if you play that a couple times, really slow. Getting that piece is good. Now, whenever you have a phrase like this, and you're using alternate picking, it's always, if it's a group of 4 16th notes, it's always down, up, right? But if this is down, up, and this is a rest, well, that would be where your down was, right? So your next one's going to be an up, and that will set you up for this down, up, down, up, down. So, like, so keep practicing that. So notice my pick. Just watch my pick. It's staying in alternate picking. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So. And as you get that, you can start speeding it up. And then this last little phrase, kind of cool. This little, so you're pulling off 2 1 0, sliding 5 to 6, and then you're sliding 3 to 4 and open. So something like that. So let's hear this whole break, and I'll just keep repeating it over and over so you can kind of hear each of these little bits in context. Let's give that a listen. Let's see if I can play it. Slide up. This last little phrase. I'm not sure if I have the rhythm written exactly right, but that's how it sounds. And I'm just doing downstrokes there. Down, 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 down. Because all those notes are on the beat. Down, 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 down. So you can practice that phrase. Even just that move takes a little dexterity. Let's hear it again a couple times. Again, I'm still learning this. Back to the start, and I'll do it again. That's how the break sounds, and basically what I've got it set on Amazing Slow Downer here is you can set it to where you increase the speed. Like if I go to the settings here, you increase the speed at a new loop however much percentage you want. So I've got it to increase 2% every time it loops. So what I might do if I was practicing that is I would set that up and I would just play along, and it keeps increasing 2% speed. So I'll give you an example. I mean, you know what that would sound like. It's just, sorry, I've messed up my thing here. Let me do this. It would just get a little bit faster every time. And every time you play it or listen to it, you can hear some of those nuances and adjust your playing to kind of exactly match what Grisman's doing there. So I'll try to play along a couple times. Again, 2% faster. So I would keep playing along with that and get faster and faster. And when you hear the break faster, you can, because part of the trick with these types of breaks is going, what kind of speed is that tremolo? Like what type of note is that? Is it in time? You know, is it like a specific time? Like the first one's like a 16th note triplet. But when he goes up to that high double stop, I'm not exactly sure what rhythm he's playing, so I might listen to it at a higher tempo and go, let's say I do it like 75% speed. And And I'll just listen to that part closely a bunch of times and play along and see if I can match that tremolo. But so that's the break. Now here's another way I would practice. I would go up to Strum Machine, put it in A, like, because that's the key we're doing it in here. Go to like 50 beats per minute, and I would say, let me just practice this very first line. So I'll press play on this, and I'll see if I can play this. And then you can loop that first line. Right, you can practice that at that speed. Then I'll put in the second line as well, like this. And then you could loop just those two lines. Right, I'll show you the loop. It'd be like, and then I'd go back up to this. Back to the beginning there. The only trick is when you're looping there like that, you can't play the pickup part. So you just go right back to that. So then I'll keep going, and I'll add the third line. Let's see what that would sound like. Then this, and then I think, yeah, right there is where it would go back to the beginning. So I'll try to loop that whole thing twice. Back to the beginning, and then I'll add in that fourth line. Quick little tune up here, just for this A string. Okay, let's see if that works. We'll do the whole thing. I'll show you this on a loop. practicing like that. You can also set, once you've learned it, then you can set Strum Machine to auto speed up 1 beat per minute every 2 repetitions. So you do it twice at 1 repetition, then it goes up 1 beat per minute, and try to do that until you get up to 100 beats per minute. That just takes a lot of time and practice. You can do that like that for a while, just to work on that, and then you can go back to Amazing Slow Downer and try to do it along with the Amazing Slow Downer, just to get a little bit more of the nuance of Grisman's playing. You know, you're really just listening and trying to get the nuance of the playing. You got the kind of the notes pretty much perfect. Then you're just going, cool, well, how does he play exactly that little rhythm or things like that? So that's the break. That's how I would practice it. And hopefully this gives you enough to kind of get working on it. Last little thing I'll share with you is any one of these little pieces, right, within this break. Like, I'll just use one example. Take one example. This lick right here. This little thing. Even just this part. I'll take that idea and I'll show you something, how to take some pieces away from this. Is I'll make my own song on Strum Machine. I'll go new song. And I won't give it a name. But let's do this. Let's go A for 4 bars. How do I edit this? There we go. A for 4 bars. And then I'll pick a different chord. Maybe I'll do, let's say, G for 4 bars. And then let's just say D for 4 bars. And sure, E for 4 bars. So there's 4 different chords. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take that one lick and put it over each of these chords, because that shows you how to transpose a lick. So, for example, for A, right, you're getting the lick out of the chop chord, so... And I am going to tune this whole thing. When I'm tuning, this is important, I always put my middle finger on the double string, on the higher string, and I'll tune the lower string to the tuner, and then I'll strum them together and tune the strings together with my ear, because your ear can hear those wavelengths better than just tuning both strings to the tuner. You tune the bottom string to the tuner, and then you strum to together, and you hear those little wavelengths until they're gone. That's how you get in tune good. Okay, so I go, okay, this lick is coming from the chop chord. And I go, okay, well, what if I was in G? I take the same chop chord and I put that lick over G, and then I'll go to an E chop chord, and I'll put that same lick there. Or sorry, D. I'll put that same lick there, and then E. So let me show you. A, G, D, E. And I might practice. Here, let's just do this. Let's do a bluegrass rhythm, swingy. And I'll put this at, how do I change the tempo of this? Yeah, that's 100 beats per minute. So let's do it at 90 beats per minute. Okay, I'll press play on that. And I'll go G, D, E, A, G, D, E. And I can practice that lick one way. Over each chord. Once I could do that lick over each chord, then I might take a part of the lick, not the whole thing, maybe just this. So there I just removed the first note. And I went. And then for the next chord, next chord, next chord. And I might do variations on it. So I'll take the first variation. And then I'll make a variation. Let's see. You can see how I'm just kind of fiddling around with that one lick and trying to play something, you know. That might be a good example or a good reason to practice like downstrokes. Like for example, I could do because my downstrokes are weak, so that's something I'm trying to work on. Is like maybe I'll just try to play that whole lick with downstrokes. Because I have a feeling that that's what he's doing when he plays this. Check it out. Notice those little swells when he's doing those. He's like sliding up. And then doing a little slide in and out. One more time. Anyway, you guys get the idea. There's lots for you to work on there. If you have any questions, let me know, and we'll see you guys in the next video.